The Matt Duchene trade saga is finally over. Matt Duchene has been dealt, and he has been dealt to the Ottawa Senators. So this trade was a little bit weird because it was a three-way deal. We don't usually see three-way trades, and this is how it all went down. Matt Duchene goes from the Colorado Avalanche to the Ottawa Senators, and then Kyle Turris goes from Ottawa to Nashville. That's the third team that came in, and then going back to the Avalanche, Andrew Hammond, Shane Bowers, Samuel Girard, who's a promising defensive prospect, Kamiev, who is another decent prospect, Nashville's second, Ottawa's first, and Ottawa's third goes to the Colorado Avalanche. Holy crap, that is a trade and a half. So it's kind of impossible for me to do a three-way trade in NHL 18 simulation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a one-year sim, see how Kyle Turris does with the Predators, and see how Duchene does in his first year with Ottawa. So as you can see, they're the new players in their new sweaters. Obviously, their numbers will be different. Obviously, they were just traded. And you can see here, Matt Duchene, he is going to be on a very talented Ottawa team. You got Stone, Brassard, Hoffman, Duchene, Bobby Ryan, Erik Karlsson, a very, very talented group here in Ottawa. And Kyle Turris is going to be a nice second-line center for the Nashville Predators. The first year with Matt Duchene did not go as planned for Ottawa. It looked pretty on paper, but it did not go well in the simulation. As you can see, well outside the playoff picture, and it was the exact opposite for Nashville. They ended up winning the President's Trophy, 57 wins, and in Matt Duchene's first year, he drops to an 81 overall, gets 51 points in the regular season, and he is not happy in Ottawa at all. He's hating it. So is Stone and so is Hoffman. Low 80s for all of their stars, which is crazy. And again, it's the exact opposite for Kyle Turris. He has close to 60 points, 20 goals, 38 helpers, and they went deep in the postseason. So very, very interesting. I did not think the simulation was going to be quite like that, but let's break down the trade a little bit more and let's see some reaction on Twitter. Obviously, when a big trade happens, Twitter has a lot of opinions. Now, here's a few from Twitter. Ottawa has to be the biggest loser in that trade. Gave up Shane Bowers, a number 28 pick in the 2017 draft. That's a first-round pick, obviously. Another first, a third to upgrade from Kyle Turris to Matt Duchene. That doesn't seem worth it to me. I agree with that tweet. And again, S7, he says, Ottawa seriously just lost Kyle Turris, a first, a third, and Shane Bowers for Matt Duchene. I see this from both sides. I think Kyle Turris is a better overall player than Matt Duchene. Maybe Matt Duchene will put up more numbers, or he'll be that kind of wow factor. I think kind of that's what Ottawa wants, and that's why they paid so much for him. I don't think it's the smartest trade from Ottawa's perspective. I think Kyle Turris is a better hockey player, all well-rounded, but Matt Duchene does have that wow factor. He's got the speed. He just has the wow factor that Kyle Turris doesn't have. But Kyle Turris is going to go to Nashville. He's going to be the second-line guy behind Ryan Johansson. That's going to take some pressure off of him. I think he's really going to do well in Nashville. I think he's going to do awesome there. My loser for this trade is obviously Ottawa. They gave up so much to really not get that much more. I mean, maybe there was more behind the scenes that we don't know. Maybe Kyle Turris wasn't going to re-sign, because right after he was dealt, he signed a 6-year, $36 million deal with the Nashville Predators. So maybe there was more to the story, but player for player, I think Kyle Turris is a better hockey player. Now let's talk about everything that Colorado got, and I mean everything, because they got a ton. A first, a second, a third, Samuel Girard, who is a promising young defenseman. He's only 19 years old. He's got a little taste of the NHL this year, 3 points in 5 games, which is pretty impressive for a 19-year-old kid. He's still a bit small. He's got some filling out to do. They also get Shane Bowers, who is still a really young kid, only 18, first-round pick last year. He's in Boston University right now with 6 points in 10 games. And they also get Vladislav Kamiev, who is a former second-round pick of the Nashville Predators in 2014, played in the KHL a little bit, put up really good numbers with Milwaukee in the AHL, and he's doing really good this year in the AHL, 8 points in 9 games. And they also get Andrew Hammond, who's been a goalie in Ottawa for a few years. This trade, no question, 100,000% the winner is the Colorado Avalanche. Now, I want to say this for one more reason. There's one more specific tweet I want to bring up, and that is this one. For a first-line scorer, you can get Girard, Kamiev, Hammond, Bowers, a first, a second, a third, or Adam Larson. Obviously, I feel like Taylor Hall and Matt Duchene are kind of on the same spectrum, and they got Adam Larson for Taylor Hall. And look at everything else that Colorado got for Matt Duchene. No question, Colorado, absolute winners. 1,000 thumbs up from me. I love this deal for Colorado. The Predators get their second line center, the Senators get a dynamic forward, and the Avs get a ton in capital letters of features. So I love this trade for Colorado. I can't say enough good things about it. It's going to be weird to see Matt Duchene in a different uniform, because if you didn't know, growing up, Matt Duchene was a huge Colorado Avalanche fan. I remember watching him get drafted, and there was a big story because the Avalanche were his childhood team, and he was going to them 3rd overall. But this is a big trade. I want to know your guys' opinion in the comments down below. You guys know what I think. Colorado gets the thumbs up. Obviously, Matt Duchene and management or whatever was going on, they didn't see eye to eye. He gets a fresh start in Ottawa on a very talented team. Hopefully it's better than what the NHL simulation showed us, but I think he's going to do well. It's a very exciting trade, and this is definitely a blockbuster. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. I will see you guys in the next trade. There should be a trade every day. I love trades. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.